one thing has stayed consistent. Celebrating 30 years on the air on WROI is the first federal program. Hosts may have changed, but the program is still the same. Now continuing a long-standing tradition, streaming on the First Federal Facebook page and on WROI. It's time for the First Federal program.
It is time for the First Federal program here on this Friday morning. Not that we're superstitious, but it is Friday the 13th. Well, good morning, Tanner.
Morning. I hadn't put that together till right now. So
That's good. I'm glad
Yeah.
you didn't think about it. So, some people think, overthink that.
Are you one of those people that stay away from black
Nah.
cats, walking under ladders?
If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. That's my motto.
I hear you there. But,
How's things going at First Federal?
going good. Going
Awesome.
good. Can't
Awesome.
complain. We're staying busy.
There's always something to be doing, right?
Chugging along. It's almost the midway point of June already.
That's the scary part.
We'll be officially starting with summer a week from today.
Yeah.
We have our first Community Appreciation Day next Friday at our Plymouth branch.
Okay.
So we're getting those kicked off. So it's
that time of year.
It's a fun time of year for
Yeah.
sure. A lot going on. So
A lot of golf outings for the First
a
Federal
lot of golf
teams.
outings.
Yeah.
The first Federal Savings Bank golf tour is making its way around the northern part of the state. So weather's starting to get a little warmer. It was pretty warm yesterday.
It was very warm
A
yesterday.
little humid, but
You could tell it was going to do something.
Yes.
Rain with that, but
yeah, but it's that time of year. We need the warmth to come in. This weekend's Father's Day weekend going on, so weather providing, I'm sure a lot of grills will be fired up and everything
yes.
this weekend. So,
Yes.
a lot of golf will probably be played and things like that. So yes, but to have fun program this morning, we got Lacey Pfeiffer, the park manager at the Potawatomi Wildlife Park, joining us this morning. So looking forward to talking to her in a little bit and seeing what's going on at the park.
Can't wait.
Got some trivia with me this morning,
Oh, yes.
sports related. So, how many current NBA teams have not won an NBA Finals?
Ooh.
6, 8, 10, or 12?
Hmm.
And there's 30 teams. Just to
Yeah.
let everybody know. So,
Yes. I know one of them right
yes,
now.
yes. So that one being the Indiana Pacers, who are up 2-1. They won Game 3 on Wednesday night.
It's a big emotional game.
It was. Game 4 is tonight at 8:30 on ABC. Oklahoma City Thunder, 6.5-point favorites.
Okay.
Still getting no respect.
That's all right. I think they prefer that.
Yes, I do too. I
Yeah.
think they like playing
A little motivation
the underdog
that way.
role.
Yeah.
The other night's game was a very competitive game. I mean, even more so than Game 1.
Yeah.
It was really Game 1. Oklahoma City led until 0.3 seconds left in the game. And Game 2 got away from the Pacers very early. This one was back and forth. Nobody could really get a stop for a while.
Yeah, I think the Pacers at one point the biggest lead was like 7
Yeah.
or 8. I mean, they did.
But then Oklahoma City would catch up right away.
Right.
Then Oklahoma City would get about a 4-point lead.
Yeah.
The Pacers would. So it was a just swing of momentum. I knew a couple guys that I grew up with going to school in Rochester High School that went to the game
So,
the other night.
pictures.
So they said it was a pretty unreal atmosphere. One of them had been to every Game 3 so far and was 0-for-3 going into that one.
Okay.
Finally got a Game 3 win. So
It's funny how you start seeing. Now we talk about the 13th, but they've said Caitlin Clark in the audience. Pacers are 8-0.
get her there every game.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I'm Hallie, I'm making sure
Yep.
she's there.
Yeah, but once again, it wasn't just Halliburton,
No.
it wasn't just Siakam, it was a little bit of everybody again the other night.
It was really Benedict. I mean, he came
Yeah.
off the bench. I
And
mean,
McConnell.
Yeah, TJ had a big one. So those guys,
Yeah.
you can't ever.
You never know who's
You never
gonna
know.
come through.
I did see this morning though, Miles Turner a little under the weather. He's going to be questionable
Yeah.
game time, but normally some people would say that's a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal, but I don't think it's going to be a major deal if
Yeah.
he doesn't play if he's sick, just because of the bench play.
It is bigger on the defensive side,
Yeah.
for sure.
For
I mean,
sure,
he had a few good blocks
Oh,
the
yeah.
other night, but and he stretches the floor out on offense. But they have quite a few guys who can do that.
Yes. So,
Yeah,
it'll be interesting.
it will. It will.
It'll be a late night.
And if the Pacers do win, I want to see how the national media spins this one because they were making me a little irritated yesterday.
A lot of them are saying that whoever wins Game 4 will win the series.
Yeah.
So yeah, if Pacers can win that and go up 3-1, going back to OKC,
Yeah.
what are they going to say?
I think I read the winner of Game 4 goes on to win the finals 80% of the time,
Okay.
or a little over 80% of the time historically. So, yeah, we'll see.
Would it be interesting?
We'll see.
Fun one tonight.
And no matter what, Indianapolis is getting one more game out.
Yes.
Game 6,
True.
no matter what.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it's the field house was rocking the other night, and I'm sure it'll be rocking again tonight. And it was cool to see Reggie Miller as a fan in the front row the other night wearing a Mark Jackson jersey. So that was pretty neat.
And I loved his son's T-shirt.
Yeah, the choke T-shirt
The
on
choke
there.
t-shirt.
So yeah, quite a few former Pacers have, even ones that have had rocky relationships with the team, seem to have made amends this year with them and are showing up the games.
Craziness.
So, not that Reggie has, but Jermaine O'Neal, I know in the past a little rocky relationship, but I think everything's smooth over there now. And, yeah.
Winning helps.
Winning does help. Winning does, and playing a fun brand of basketball.
Yeah,
helps
they
too.
They are playing.
So,
fun.
but it's been fun to see the whole state rally behind the Pacers, and because Indiana is a basketball state.
Yeah,
I mean, you know that there's that
That's what the shirt
saying.
said last night. Or, the other night.
Basketball in 49 states.
Yeah.
This is Indiana, and it's true on the professional level, collegiate level, and high school level on down. So, absolutely.
Gonna be a fun time in
Yep.
Indy tonight.
Yes, it will. U.S. Open golf tournament underway yesterday at Oakmont in Pennsylvania, and if that's not the way it's set up right now, if that's not the toughest golf course in the world, I don't know what is. I mean, the roughs in some spots 5 to 6 inches long around the greens. I mean, you're seeing Bryson DeChambeau yesterday twice hit shots about 3 feet around the greens. I'm like, man. And the greens are lightning fast on top of that.
Yeah.
But that's what the USGA wants. They want this tournament to come Sunday around even par if they can if they can control it. So we'll see. There's a couple guys out there in front of the pack about 4 under par, but a lot of big names, 1 under even, then on the plus side. So we'll see who makes the cut today into the weekend.
Challenging course.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. I mean, I do. That's why I like about the U.S. Open. I mean, all the majors are fun from a golf fan standpoint, but the U.S. Open, it's fun to see them really have to grind
Yeah.
and play the elements.
Makes them see who can really, you know, put their game to work.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not. Sometimes it's about the luck shots,
Right.
as much as anything else.
Right.
When you get around the greens like that.
Yep. And they were saying yesterday, there's certain holes you have to be so precise where to put it. Even spots you think's okay is not okay. It was interesting.
Get you second guessing yourself.
Yeah, I mean, even one of the players who shot 4 under par, Siwoo Kim, goes, "This course is too hard for me." Because I went out there with no expectations, just played and happened to play a decent round. So it's just enjoyable to remember. They're looking kind of human this week.
Makes them normal.
Yes. So, but we'll see. I got to think a big name will win it come Sunday. But yeah, it'll be fun to watch. And on the baseball side of things, there's been a few shakeups since I reported last Friday. MLB standings. If the playoffs started today, the American League, you still have the Tigers and the Yankees and the Astros as your division winners. But the wild card, all of a sudden, you'd have Toronto Blue Jays in the mix with the Twins and the Rays. Wow. So the Guardians wouldn't be in the playoffs right now, as they were, I think, a week ago. Yeah. On the National League side, the Mets, the Cubs, and the Dodgers still would be your division winners, and the Giants, the Phillies, and the Padres be your wild card, which I think was the same exact 6 teams as last week. But the Guardians are, I mean, they're only a game back of the Twins. They're 35 and 32. The White Sox are up to 23 wins. I know that's not great, 23 and 46, but definitely not the worst team in the league. Other local teams of interest, Cardinals are at 36 and 33, and the Reds are behind at 35 and 34. So they're 3rd and 4th in the NL Central, respectively.
Still a lot of baseball.
A lot of baseball left. A lot of baseball left. I mean,
if you add those numbers up, it's not even halfway.
Come in July, we'll start talking trade deadline, trade talk, All-Star break coming up, and then that's really when you can.
Right.
Okay, who's in playoff contention, who's not.
Who's buying, who's selling.
Yep, or who's gonna have to make a decision. So, Got some tidbits this morning. I don't have any on this day, though. There weren't that many positive ones, really. So I just went with the national days today. Today's National Weed Your Garden Day.
Okay.
It's always a good day to do that, I guess. World Softball Day, which is interesting because softball season's over for
Right.
high school and collegiately as well. International Axe Throwing Day. Have you ever?
I've seen it.
Axes.
I've never done it.
I've done it short. There was one golf outing last year we were playing up, I think at Knollwood with the bank, and they had an axe throwing trailer.
Okay.
You could go throw some, and a lot more difficult than it looks. I mean, you really got to put your back into it. So.
And if you're superstitious, I wouldn't do it today.
Yep. Probably not a good day to do it today. National Sewing Machine Day.
Yeah.
Kind of seems like a lost art a little bit,
It
but
is.
still a really skillful
important.
skill to have. National Movie Night. Always a good time to watch movies. National Blame Someone Else Day.
Perfect.
Chuckles out. I think we all do that a little too often. National Random Acts of Light Day. Wear Blue Day.
Oh, I didn't get that one.
National Kitchen Klutz of America Day. I
we
can
go.
fall into that
There we
category
go.
once in a while.
Yeah, every now and then.
So a good list of the days there. Got a few upcoming local events going around the community. The Fulton County Community Foundation is partnering with the Fulton County Animal Adoption Education Center to host a community open house event from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. this upcoming Wednesday at the animal shelter. It's a good opportunity to tour the shelter, meet the staff, learn about the center's low-cost vaccine clinic, and spend some time with adoptable cats and dogs.
Take you home one.
Yeah, there you go. So if I didn't already have one, they're always posting on Facebook. And
I know.
I'd have 10 if I could. So, but great opportunity for everybody to go check out all the wonderful work the center does, and
well, you might be able to volunteer and help.
yeah, exactly. They're always looking for volunteers out there and learn what the profits go towards out there, and the community foundation out there. So it'll be a great event that they're putting on. Once again, that's 3 to 6, and it is free to the public.
Perfect.
The Civic Players of Logansport are presenting the Mel Brooks musical Young Frankenstein, coming up on June 20th, June 21st, and June 27th. Tickets are $15 and are available for purchase at the door or online at civicplayersoflogansport.weebly.com. All performances will be at the McHale Performing Arts Center, located inside of Logansport High School.
Great place to see.
Yeah, they always do a good job of putting on a handful of plays every year, so that should be a popular one. And at First Federal today, we are open from 8:30 until 5, and tomorrow from 8:30 until noon. We'd love to see you, but if you can't make it into any of our 6 branch locations, you can always bank with us online and with our mobile app, which is free to download, whether you have an Android device or iPhone. Go to the Google Play Store or your App Store, type in First Federal Savings Bank, FFSB, Rochester FFSB. There's a lot of different names you can type in, it'll pop up. Look for the green star or the white star with the green background, and you're halfway there of downloading the app. Our ATM's open 24/7 as well if you need some cash, and if you're traveling over Father's Day weekend and you're in a location that doesn't have a First Federal ATM, we're part of the MoneyPass network, so there's no need to freak out about that. Just go to moneypass.com, type in the zip code of the area you're in. It'll pop up with all the different MoneyPass network ATMs. You can use any of those, and you won't be charged surcharge fee. It's pretty easy going.
Yeah.
Works pretty well.
It does work nice.
We offer Simply Free checking accounts and Simply Free business checking accounts. Right now, when you open up a new checking account, you will receive a free gift, and you have a choice of a gift, which Tanner dropped the ball this morning and didn't bring either one in with him, but I will next week. I will write myself a note. You have the option of a neck fan, electronic neck fan, which is great with the temperatures rising.
Yes,
Works really well. Or a First Federal Savings Bank cooler bag.
Ooh, that works too.
Also good for this time of year. So can't go wrong with either choice. And you can also refer a friend and get one of those gifts. When you refer a friend and your friend comes in and opens up a checking account, not only will they receive a gift for opening up the account, you will as well for just referring them. You can do that in person or online.
Awesome.
If you're looking to buy a home, you can contact Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson at our Rochester branch or Ryan Austin at our Wintermark branch to get pre-approved and see how we can help you and your family with all of your mortgage lending needs. not tons of homes out there, and when they're popping up, they're going fast.
They are.
So make sure you're ready to snatch that home that you really want and get pre-approved. It's free.
You ready to
Doesn't
go?
take too long.
No.
Just come in, sit down with one of our experienced mortgage loan originators, and we'll get you taken care of and ready to go.
Gotta be ready when that house comes up.
Absolutely. We offer commercial lending for businesses. Contact Zach Reuter for more information. His direct line is 574-223-1731. And if you're thinking about retiring in the near future, wanting to roll over a 401k from a previous employer, maybe just check on your retirement, check on your 401k, your IRAs, those types of things, contact Mark Blueball or Brian Bell of our financial services department, and they'd be happy to help you. Their direct line is 574-223-1705. And to keep up to date with the latest going on at First Federal Savings Bank, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at FF Banking is our handle on those two platforms. Like us on LinkedIn and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which you can see an archive of the First Federal radio show dating back to 2018. We are the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 39927.
Makes us legal and ready for the fun part of the program.
Ready for the fun part of the program, in which we are bringing on Lacey Pfeiffer, the park manager at the Potawatomi Wildlife Park. Morning, Lacey.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, thanks for joining me again. I believe this is the third year in a row we've had you on the program.
Absolutely.
How many years have you been the park manager out there at the Potawatomi Wildlife?
Yeah, so in May I just finished my third year, so we're going into the fourth year right
All
now.
right.
Yes.
How was 2024 overall for the park? Was there any big changes in 2024 going into 2025?
2024 was a great year. We expanded our field trip programs. Lots of new visitors had come out. Our programming for our events that we have every month grew this past year, and new donors, new visitors. It was a great year for us.
So when you mentioned expanding your field trip program, what does that entail?
Yeah, so if you go on our website, we actually have a field trip tab, and I give suggestions of our traditional field trip options. So we kind of build it to customize for your group. So if you're coming with a certain age group or you're wanting certain tasks, we have some groups that have a theme for a camp they're doing or a theme study that you're doing during school. During the summer, I have a lot of libraries coming out to us. For example, we had a library yesterday, their theme was Color the World. So we focused on how animals use color to survive, focused on painting with nature, with color, and we did a scavenger hunt with color. So we kind of tried to personalize it to you, so we kind of just expanded some more options there so that you can build your program a little easier.
That's very neat. And are the field trips offered year-round or only certain
They are
months?
offered year-round. You just have to email the park with kind of the number of the group you're thinking, kind of the time of day, and we go from there building it together.
That's perfect. And it sounded like you just had one yesterday.
Absolutely, and they're donation-based. So
Donation-based.
just donate what you can to the park, and we go from there.
That's
so.
great. And I know the park always has tons of events throughout the year. What are some of the upcoming events going on in the summer of 25?
Absolutely. So in June, this Sunday actually, we have our Father's Day event. Everyone looks forward to that. We have Blue Holler Band comes out every year and does live music, and we serve hot dogs and s'mores, and we do wagon rides. We always have some fun kid activities. There was actually an organization that had some leftover bird boxes from an event they had that I attended, and they said, well, can you take these to the park and have people build them for the park? I was like, absolutely, I'll put them out at Father's Day. So if you come out, you can build a birdhouse for the park. One of the biggest attractions at our Father's Day is fishing at our main site is only allowed for organized like scout groups, 4-H groups, community groups that come for a program with me. Except for Father's Day and our fishing derby. So I have families that look forward to those 2 days all year long. And so the Pond 5, which doesn't require a fishing license, that's always the next question, you can come out, sun up to sundown, it's catch and release, and just hang out by the pond all day with your kids and family.
And you already answered my next question about the fishing license, but is the equipment included or
If they need equipment, they just need to reach out to us. We do have some poles that we always have in stock ready for people to use that don't have that. So if that's a barrier to you come in, let me know and I'll make sure we're prepared.
And what time does the activities start on
The
Sunday?
activities actually start at 5 o'clock on Sunday and they go until 7. But the fishing is open all day. I do always get the question, well, if I can't only fish those 2 days, where can I go instead? We actually have another property called the Wall on Birch Road.
Okay.
It's along the river. That is open for fishing. And it's also a great kayak launch for the community.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. And if somebody's planning to attend the events on Sunday, do they need to call ahead?
No, it's just come as you can, and we'd love to see you out there. That's always a fun community time to get together. And Dad's an easy outing for you.
Yeah.
So, go to church or do what you need to do in the morning with your family, then spend, 2 hours out at the park.
There you go.
And then moving into July, we have our community camp out. So it's a really fun event. I started a couple years ago. Camping is only allowed at the park again for those organized scout youth groups. But I had enough of the community ask, can we please do one camp out? So every July we do this, and I make it the easiest camping trip ever. What I mean by that is I do all the food and all the activities. You bring a tent and whatever you want to sleep in. Obviously it has to be a tent, or you can just sleep on the grass. We don't do campers. And in less than 24 hours, you're going to have an amazing experience with us. And parents, if you hate camping, I promise I will get you through this 24 hours. I have one family, the parents do not like to camp, but the kids do. So they use us as their annual camping
That's
trip.
perfect.
They go, we can do this 24-hour thing. So it's a really fun day. They're going to go home exhausted Saturday morning. So that's on our website. It is on July 25th. Starts on a Friday night around 6 o'clock. You come set up and you leave Saturday morning. It's a really easy trip. Moving into September, we have our really famous and most everybody knows our fishing derby. We have a really good anonymous donor that loves to see youth out fishing. So they give away a ton of prizes, free concessions. Every kid under 16, comes away with lots of prizes and gifts. And you get to fish around that pond. Right before that, we have a pancake breakfast. Moving into November, we have a glow-in-the-dark scavenger hunt, which you can find on our website. And December, which is becoming a really popular event, is our luminary hike and wagon ride, taking the noise out of Christmas. Regularly, we have over 400 people coming out for that event. So check us out online for all of those events.
And for all these events, I know you answered my question about the Father's Day event coming up on Sunday, but for all the rest, is there a need to RSVP ahead
None
of
of
time?
those events you have to RSVP. We just prepare for who shows. So
Perfect.
we'd love to see you out at the park.
Perfect.
And all those events are free. We always have donations open. So we don't want the park to be a barrier to anyone. That's part of our mission. The original person that left in his will this land to the park. So for people that don't know, we're actually not a public park. People think we're a state or a national, we're not that. We're actually a private park open to the public for free. There was a farmer that left a will on his dining room table that said, I want this land open to the community so they can have access to nature. And his idea was, no matter what you can afford or not, I want you to be out in nature.
That's
and
great.
so are these events as part of our, keeping to our roots,
Sure.
and just give what you can.
And for all these events, I assume it's green light, rain or shine?
Rain, light, rain, or shine, I'm always there.
Yep, perfect. Speaking with Lacey Pfeiffer this morning, park manager at the Potawatomi Wildlife Park. And I know one thing looking at your website, it seems like the staff has grown a little bit over the last few years.
It has. So I'm the only full-time staff person there. We have one part-time person named Chad. You'll see him all the time. Couldn't do what I do without him. And then on top of that, we have an amazing board. We meet once a month. But they're very active in between that month. We have a group text that we're always talking, and everybody takes on different initiatives to work on, to help grow the park. So we have some appointed people through local service clubs, which is how the park started. We have 12, I think, positions of people that can just come in with their expertise. And then we actually have 2 junior board members that positions we opened up a couple of years ago. And we filled one the last month. And so I still have one open. So if you're a junior or senior in high school looking to join a board, gain some experience, resume builder, come out and join us. And usually we have you help us kind of pick a project to work through for a year. And it's a great thing to go towards college when you're looking for those experiences.
Yeah, that's sounds like a perfect opportunity for somebody to put something on their resume.
Absolutely.
Any open board spots?
We do have open board spots. And you can find all those openings online. And we also have open advisory committee people. So advisory don't attend the meetings in person. They do get all of our information via email, and then they give feedback when they can. So if you're thinking, hey, I have a ton of experience, but I do not have time to be on a board, but would love to help add some expertise, we would love to have you on that board.
And what's the URL for your website?
Yeah, it's PotawatomiWildlifePark.com. And yep, PotawatomiWildlifePark.com.
And I assume one thing with operating a park like yours is volunteers. You're always in need for volunteers. So if somebody wants to volunteer and help, what can they do and how do they go about doing it?
Absolutely. So the easiest way to do it is on our website. We have a link that says volunteer. You just fill out a quick little form. Tells me about yourself, what you're looking for, and kind of the days that you're open, or maybe you're like, I don't even know what I have available, but I'd like to inquire. All that information's on our website. Once you fill out that form, I reach out to you. We kind of go from there. I always start with a tour to show you the park. And then we go from there. So I have an amazing volunteer group that comes out every week. For example, the mowing of the park takes over 15 hours a week.
Wow.
I have a volunteer that comes every Monday, every Wednesday, and I have another one on Thursday that comes. And then we just partnered, I don't know if you guys know about Cardinal Services. We just partnered with them, and they have a group of high schoolers that are looking to gain real life experiences so that when they graduate school, they're ready to go into the workforce. And so all June and July, they're actually with me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 9 to 2. They come with a supervisor, and they have a list of tasks at the parks they're volunteering to do. They get paid through another organization, but so you'll be seeing that staff around that volunteers. But we are always looking for more, especially for events, but just general tasks. Some things you can do with me, sometimes you can do it on your own. So I am very flexible.
Very cool. Very cool. And donations, same thing for donations. Somebody wants to donate to the park.
Yeah, they can. You can send a check in the mail. You can go online. We have PayPal, Stripe, that you can do it through there. You can come to one of our events. Also at the trail entrance of the park, we do have a locked box, and that gets checked regularly. So if you want to donate that way, we truly appreciate donations. Our park, as I mentioned, isn't public, so we run almost completely on donations and grants. It costs about $130,000 to operate a year, which we are very good stewards of what we have. Normally a park our size is over about $500,000 budget, but we try to keep it very low just because of our mission that we have here. Something I'd really love to mention, though, to everyone is we do UTV tours. So if you're listening right now and you're like, I have no clue what this park is, I drove past, but I can't walk 1, 2, 3 miles, even 4 or 5, If you can't do that, I have a UTV tour. We got a grant so that we could give tours to be accessible. Those are just donation-based. You come out, I'll take you on an hour and a half tour. You'll get to see the entire park from the comfort of a UTV. And it's basically just to bring awareness to the park. It's a good way to see everything. And I also have a transport option. So let's say you like coming to the park, but you can't get to a certain spot you want to due to physical ability. And I will transport you out there, and you tell me when to come back for you. So if you're like, come back and get me in an hour, come back and get me in 2 hours, I'll go back to my office or do other things, and I'll come back and get you. So we got lots of options. So don't let a barrier be a problem when you come in to enjoy it.
So to get through the whole park, it takes about roughly an hour?
On the UTV, because I show you a lot, and I also talk about the park, so I'll talk about some of the history, how things are interconnected with the rivers, different plants that are out there, just fun little tidbits that you normally wouldn't see just walking around. We do have a 1, 3, and 5 mile path. So it kind of depends on what kind of time per mile you can do to get through. If you're at an 8-minute mile, you can get through 5 miles in 40 minutes. I am not an 8-minute mile person, so.
And where's the park located for anybody that's listening or watching out there on Facebook that is very curious of checking it out, but not sure where it actually is?
So I always start by saying between Warsaw and Plymouth is Bourbon. Go straight south on 331. You'll hit the park. If you go more south, you're going to hit Mid-Tone and Rochester. So we're right there kind of in the middle. So our address is 16998 State Road 331, Tippecanoe, Indiana. You'll see a big road sign that says Potawatomi Wildlife Park, and our events are always listed on that sign. I had a few people think that we're like a private group. We're not. Drive in. If we're open sun up, sundown. So please come down that driveway. We got a visitor center, lots of activities. We do nights of special events like that glow-in-the-dark event. So if you're like, I want to see what it looks like at night, you got to come to those events. We don't open at nighttime just because it is extremely dark. For those that don't know, we are Indiana's first dark sky. So it means we have the least amount of light pollution out there. We actually have people from Chicago and Indy that come over just to take astrophotography down at Tippecanoe. So you can also check all of that out on our
That's
website.
very cool. And one more time, what's the URL of your website?
Yeah, PotawatomiWildlifePark.com.
Well, Lacey, thanks for joining me this morning. Anything else you'd like to mention about the park that we didn't get to discuss?
I'd just love to see you at the park, guys. So come on out. We got education, fun activities. Even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, come check us out.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you for everything you do for the park. It's really I like to say, a hidden gem of the area.
Absolutely.
All right, Randy. Now
All
for
right.
trivia time.
I know.
How many current NBA teams have not won an NBA Finals? 6, 8, 10, or 12?
I'm gonna go with 10.
10. Lacey, got a guess?
I was gonna guess that too.
10. Todd? Todd
8.
says 8.
8.
It is 10.
Yay!
You have the Pacers, the Nets, the Hornets, the Clippers, the Grizzlies, the Timberwolves, the Pelicans, the Magic, the Suns, and the Jazz. And the reason they don't include the Thunder is because they have the lineage of the Sonics
Okay.
from the late 70s in there. So hopefully the Pacers will
Make
cut
that down
that
to
list
9.
down to 9 here by next Friday.
There we
So-
go.
And we'll close with some words of wisdom from Aristotle. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous.
Awesome. Lacey, thank you. Tanner, thank you. And we'll talk to you next Friday.
Thanks, Randy.